for you.
For you.
Nothing.
For you.
But for us. Roy, just like my father and mother. Don't fuck with my family.
That's me. That was me in the voice case. That was me. I'm the guy.
I sound like an old Asian man.
I am. Don't give me the fucking rice. Give me the fucking rice. Ah! Whoa!
The song is literally called "Eat the Rice." It's from Logic's beat.
Happy
thing.
Thoughtsgiving. Turkey isn't the only thing getting stuffed. You're one of my favorite hoes. I'm so thankful to have a filthy slut like you in my life, Zach. Send this to the nastiest of pilgrims you know. If you get 3 back, then you're really a hoe. Spanksgiving right around the corner, and you dirty slut. Are you sexy little pilgrim or a naked native? This Thanksgiving, make sure to stuff that pussy right like a fat turkey. And you slut. Okay. Should I keep going?
Please don't.
Make sure that you give that turkey a good old jerky. Is that what I'm saying, Zach? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be ironic. This video's going to go up a week after Thanksgiving. It's gonna be so awkward, Zach. But I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And of course, I hope everybody and all the hoes had a good Thoughtsgiving and a good Thicksgiving.
Spanksgiving.
You know, there's Thoughtsgiving, which is great. And then there was this new... Wait, why is this? Did I already slam this? No, this is old. Wait, where did my camera go? I don't know where it went, but that's okay. We don't need it. We don't need it where we're going. Maybe I did slam it already. No, I'm not that bad.
Wait, it's a sugar-free. Is that one a sugar-free?
It is a sugar-free. I think it's old though. Okay, it's okay. If you find it, let me know and I'll grab it. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to An Education Station. Oh God, I keep smacking things. It is early in the morning. It's not that early anymore, but it's early for me because I don't be waking up at this time. I woke up just about an hour ago, and I'm freaking out, Zach. I'm freaking out.
Why are you freaking out?
Because of Thoughtsgiving, Zach.
In the middle of No Nut November?
In the middle of No Nut November is Thoughtsgiving. Thoughtsgiving for the hoes and Thicksgiving for the boys. I'm losing it, Zach.
The boys really do be thick.
The boys do be thick. There's the hashtag that was going right now, and it was like Thicksgiving, and they're like, hell yeah. And then everybody using the hashtag is like, dude, I click on Thicksgiving, I just saw a bunch of dude ass. I'm like, yeah, man. Proud to be an American.
America!
Fuck yeah! Where did it go? I'm actually kind of concerned. I don't know, like, literally where I would have put it. Is it on the... Oh, it's over there. Fuck. All right,
Arthur, I switched to my camera, and you just like poked your head into the frame.
That's what happens when your lens today looks kind of fucking saucy thick.
It really is saucy. Yeah, I'm using a lens that makes the camera that it's on look really fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's bigger than the camera.
It weighs more than the camera.
It really be like that.
It really do.
When all your weight is on your cock, I feel that. Welcome back. This is episode 87, I believe. We're having a time.
We are having a time. Both of us are like pretty... We are embracing the chaotic energy today.
I think so. I need it because otherwise I'm not going to... I can't coast like trail on because I'm tired. Because I slept relatively late and I woke up relatively early. So you know where we are. And I'm trying to... I'm trying to watch my animes and I'm trying to read my mangoes, and Zach, it's a hard life. I've tried to jam pack so many things this week because I just have a lot going. For the first time, I have a lot going on this week. So my parents are going off. They went up north. They're not gonna be here for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go to my family's Thanksgiving. I have 2 families to go to Thanksgiving for. That's why I have to leave early. And then in the weekend, I have to babysit. Earlier this week, I had dentist appointments, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. I got so many things. I got keyboards to build. I got streams to stream. So you see what's going on.
Got places to go, people to see.
So I'm just like, I'm freaking out. But that's okay. In a way, it's kind of fun to be this kind of, not necessarily hectic, but I don't want to say productive because I wouldn't say productive is the right word, but I guess chaotic in a way, but an organized chaos, a method to the madness.
Yeah.
But it is still madness. But I'm doing things because I'm a busy guy, but I'm never like, just like, okay, after this, I gotta do this. After this, I gotta do this. You know what I mean? So it's kind of fun in a way to do it every now and then.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you go from having like one big thing in the day.
I'm gonna grab my Red Bull.
Okay.
Because I need my fix, otherwise I'm gonna lose it.
What? So it's really crazy when you go from having that one big thing go on during the day.
Oh God, he's Fortnite dancing. Oh fuck.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, shit.
When you go from that one big thing to like a bunch of little things, it's really a drastic change in energy.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how my life was when I was working at the shelter.
Yeah.
And yeah, it went from like, you know, I would go from work to, you know, off to go meet up with people for different things.
Sure.
And then I would have photo shoots and I would go play at the church over the weekend.
Right.
And then I would come film here on Wednesdays. And that's what kind of, the reason why we filmed on Wednesdays is because that's the only day during the week that I had off. And then we just kind of accidentally kept to that schedule after I wasn't working there anymore.
Thanks, Windows.
Thanks, Windows. Oh man, they heard that. Fuck.
Yes. As they should. Because they deserve to hear it.
Windows has an update.
Windows has an
No
update.
one cares.
Fuck you, bitch. Sorry, we're a little toxic today.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, I get toxic. I don't get grumpy. I don't get angry. I don't get sleep. I don't get like wistful, aloof. I get toxic. I don't know
feel
where else
that.
I'm going with that. Sorry, I keep smacking the mic with this cute little pop filter I have that I'm giving it a shot, but then I have a little fucking noodle sticking out. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's something I got to get used to. But alas, you know, something that's saddened me is that.
Tell me.
Something that's saddened me. I've been talking about it. I really want to go to Japan, man. I want to go to Japan so bad because, well, it's Japan. And we've been planning a Japan trip like, what, 2-3 times now and just never worked out.
So we've been trying to go to Japan for over 2 years. And yeah, shit. I realized
And
that
it's opened back up.
that's true. They have opened back up.
The problem is it worth it? You know what I mean?
To go to fucking Japan? Of course it is.
Of course it is. But is it worth it to just drop everything we have right now and go next week? You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
Fuck it. Let's go. I did Christmas in Japan. Let's go. No. The reason why I bring it up.
Nihongo New Year.
Nihongo. Happy Nihongo. Yeah.
Happy land. Sunshine Land. That's actually what
it is, yes.
Yeah. So next week I'm gonna be in Hawaii. I'm gonna be there from the
Ohana family.
God damn it.
I promise you I'm not intoxicated. I'm just so fucking tired. I'm trying. I gotta gush out my energy as much as possible. Go ahead, Zach.
Anywho, so yeah, I'm gonna be there from the 2nd through the 9th, and we'll film an episode before I leave for sure.
Sure.
Or at least an episode, if not more than one.
Mhm,
But
I mean, if we need to, we can just try and slam 2 this week. So then I don't know.
I mean, we could just do Wednesday and Sunday. Like, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Whatever, however way works. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
My brain hurts. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna be gone from the 2nd through the 9th, and I'm bringing all my camera stuff.
Fine.
Yeah, and it's gonna be super cool because we're going to the Pearl Harbor Memorial Museum thing, and we're actually going to the harbor, and so that's gonna be really interesting to see, just because like I've never actually been to a historical place like that before.
Right.
You know, like a historical museum or like a place where some crazy shit took place. And so that'll be really interesting, and I'm definitely excited to see what kind of pictures I can take while I'm there. And also, of course, I'm gonna go and do some corny self-portraits,
Of course.
and all of that kind of shit.
As
Yeah.
you should.
But yeah, I'm really, really excited. I may not sound too enthusiastic, but that's also just because that's my state of existence right now, just perpetual.
I'm so sorry. Apologize for that.
Arthur.
You have the mic under Sorry, I'm just trying to wake everybody up, you know?
You're just like, wake
Wake up! Wake up! Yeah, we're trying here. Yeah, no, that'd be fun. That's what you do, Zach. You do for tags. Yeah, go for it. But that also brings me to a thing. I mentioned before that this is so random, but not really because you brought it up, to how much I enjoy street photography.
Oh yeah.
It's been so long since this took me back to when I was doing research on what camera I wanted before I ended up with my M6. And I was just looking at like, not necessarily street photography, but street cinematography, low light tests and stuff like that. Obviously the M6, the crop sensor is not going to do great as like, you know, a full frame. And this is always this debate that I've begun to learn of like, is a crop sensor and a speed booster worth, you know, is it worth spending a little bit more for that full sensor, you know what I mean, or full frame sensor? And you know, I think about that a lot, and then I also think about, you know, just what I do and how do I really need a full frame? My camera lives there forever. And then I thought about Japan, and I mentioned before that I'm not really like a in-person type of, like, I'm a post-production guy at heart, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to film something, it's planned, right? So I'm not really like a vlogger, although I enjoy doing that, but in the entertainment aspect more so. I don't know if I would just whip out my camera with my Sigma and just start, you know, filming or shooting or whatever. That's just not really what I've always imagined myself. But I still love the vibe though. I love the vibe specifically because of this whole street photography thing I've been learning with this compact life, where you have a compact camera such as a mirrorless of some sort, or not even, you know, even the M200, which is basically just a little point and shoot dinky boy, and you slap a pancake lens on it, a 20 millimeter that's super thin that you can put in your damn pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and I imagine that. And not to say I don't take bad pics, because that thing is sharp shit at a 1.8, you know?
Yeah.
Out in the day, that shit will get and put a damn sunscreen ND filter on that shit, and you get some good pictures, man. And I look at it a lot, and I'm like, that would be fun if we went to Japan. And I mean, obviously, you're a big camera type of guy.
Yeah.
And then me, I just got I got an M6 and a little tiny pancake on, and that would be so fun to just shoot.
Well, I mean,
but I also don't do that, right?
Yeah.
I like to live in the moment.
Right.
I'll be the model, Zach.
I mean, hell yeah. But ooh, this is a good idea of kind of like a topic that we can go into, like what kinds of things would you bring with you when you travel as like a video maker, as a photographer, cinematographer, all of that kind of stuff. And that's actually something that I've been trying to figure out like right now, because I'm going to be going to Hawaii next week.
Right. All right. So, let's plan it then. Let's plan it now.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm trying to plan what I wanted to do, but I don't have time. What we're going to plan it now, Zach.
Yeah. So I think a good way to look at it, and this is just kind of like in a overarching general sense, it's kind of, what do you plan on shooting when you're there?
Right.
And how small are you able to go while still getting all the shots that you want to get, right? So for me, it's always been about portraits and like either landscapes or street photography.
Right.
And so you already know I'm bringing the 85 1.2. Of course. Because I would be super fucking sad if I didn't.
Of course.
And I'm also probably just going to bring my 24 to 70 or my 24 to 70 and 70 to 200. Because like those three lenses literally cover the entire range from 24 millimeters to 200 at f2.8, which is pretty fucking dope. And, you know, all of these lenses shoot some really fucking good good pictures.
And if you want to see it, you can go to zachphotography.com.
ZachPphoto.com.
ZachPphoto.com.
There you go.
Or Zach PNW on Instagram.
Or Zach P Photography on Instagram.
You have a lot, Zach.
Or Zach_PNW on TikTok.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Or Zach_PNW on Twitch. Or I just take photos. That would be fun.
Yeah. So what would be really fun, and I would love to find a way to do this in a feasible way, is I know that you can buy like a little monitor that you can use to record your viewfinder. Yeah. Record your viewfinder.
Yeah, regurgitate. Yeah, into your viewfinder.
Yeah. So it would record your viewfinder. So whatever the camera sees then you'd be able to record that and you'd be able to get all the focus points and all of that kind of stuff too.
Right.
Like that would be really, really cool.
I mean, I always wanted to try external monitor life, but that's in my mind, that's always been like a filmmaker-y thing until I decide I'm going to like, I want to rig my M6 out. I've seen some rigs with an M6 and it's really cool, you know, but I just caught my phone before it fell in my pocket. I've gotten pretty good at that.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So I'm not good. I was about to throw, but I don't have my Rhino Shield case on at the moment. But I enjoy that idea, and I've always looked at videos on rigging a camera in general. And I already have like the not ideal, but just what I would imagine myself having in my brain. Right. I already kind of mapped that out, at least the general idea. Obviously that may change, but I just, until I'm telling myself I'm not going to do it until I decide, okay, I'm going to shoot this. I need to storyboard it, plan it, everything, and then I'll buy it. Because I don't want to buy it and then not do anything for months.
Right.
I want to sit and plan things for months and then buy it for the shoot.
So I think for me, I kind of operate a little bit differently, and I'm sure that you've probably seen that over the years, where the different, like, you know, for example, if I buy a new lens for a shoot that I'm going to be doing, like, you know, I bought the first 85, the 85 1.8 for a senior photo shoot that I was going to be doing. And then before that, I was just running around shooting pictures with it because it just kind of sparked that creativity for me. And so I don't know if you operate in a similar way, but that always just kind of gets the juices flowing, and I'm like, oh, there's so many things that I could do with this, and then just kind of like running around and using it, and like, you know, it would be really cool to. Oh, I just thought of a really fucking cool idea.
Share, do tell the class.
So what if at some point you and I went out and did some like street photography and that kind of stuff, and you shot like a B-roll short film of me shooting pictures and all that kind of stuff?
I think we talked about this. I remember talking about street photography for the first time, and one of us brought that up. I'll just film you shooting. I'll just point my camera at you, pointing your camera at other things.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be really fun.
That could be it, yeah. I agree with you, though. I would say I'm the same way, but at the same time, as I've begun to be more planny, I know that sounds like I sound like I'm capping right now, but when I'm actually working on a video or something, I've begun to enjoy this whole scripting idea and this whole planning thing, because again, I'm one who, if I'm going to shoot, it's predetermined.
Right.
That's what I've been in, and whether that's true or not, I enjoy doing it. So that's kind of what I've been vibing with. That being said, for something like that, I can get behind that because that's the prompt. The prompt is, okay, Anuki, shoot videos of Zach shooting photos. And I'd be like, well, I can do that.
Yeah, it sounds kind of meta when you put it like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot pictures.
Well, we see that stuff all the time, though. Honestly,
yeah.
And you're like, oh, look at me, I'm taking this photo as I'm reviewing this lens or camera.
Yeah.
While I videograph you and do with B-roll with a different lens and a camera. Haha.
Yeah. I mean, okay. You bring up lens reviews and that kind of stuff. Like,
I'm joking. I mean, they're very helpful.
No. Literally, before I purchase any lens, there are like 2 YouTubers that I go to where it's just like, if they say it's a good lens, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, right.
Because they do a lot of testing. One in particular that I'm totally down to name drop, Christopher Frost. He is an amazing camera reviewer. Like, he's been doing it for probably the last 12 years or something like that on YouTube. And so he will go through and talk about like the image quality, the quality of the bokeh or like the out of focus backgrounds. He'll talk about like the different types of distortion that the lens has, like without in-camera corrections or anything like that. And it talks about like close-up image quality, just general sharpness. Like, he has this grid that he uses for showing like distortion and vignetting. And then he also has another one that shows for like sharpness in the center of the image, and then also like in the corners and stuff. So
I like visuals, Zach. I love visuals.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool. And you know, if I ever was to do something similar to that, I don't know if I'd be able to do it that well. But just the idea of taking a lens, so let's say the lens that I'm shooting this on, and just kind of breaking it down and talking about all of the things that are really good about it, not necessarily as good about it. And I get, oh my God, I cannot tell you how many times people have asked me like, oh, what lens should I buy? Oh, what camera body should I buy? I'm like, well, what's your budget? What are you shooting? Those are the first two questions.
$50.
I have $20 and a $40 Starbucks gift card.
Is your $500, $600? I have $7.
I have $5. Nah, but
good enough. Shoot on your phone, bitch.
Buy yourself one of those stupid fisheye lenses that you can buy for your phone.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, the
you know what's ironic? Sorry.
That kind of startled me. I'm not.
You know what's ironic?
What?
You joke about that, but I've actually thought about buying those like moment lenses for your camera.
For your camera, for your phone.
Oh, for your phone. Sorry, for your phone.
Okay, yeah.
I've thought about it, like genuinely, not for any like actual like purpose, but just because I find them cool. Just like walking around and then you find something fun or you have some purpose for it, and instead of just whipping out my phone and just taking a dinky iPhone shot or video, I've seen the looks of moment lenses and the filters you can apply to it, and I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
that'd be fun. I don't know for what reason, but it would just be fun to have.
Yeah.
And also I learned they have an app, like this camera app or whatever, that lets you manually adjust things such as the shutter speed, exposure, and all that, instead of just having whatever the fuck auto camera thing that normally both any Apple or Android phone would do. So I've always thought about that. And one of the limiting factors of iPhones and stuff is usually just the fact that it's auto white balancing and it's auto adjusting the exposure, especially since or it's auto adjusting the shutter speed, which is why you get like really weird choppy videos. If you can bring that down, especially with an ND filter, you'd be like, whoa, all of a sudden camera starts doing camera things and it actually looks good. I think about that a lot. I don't know if I would do it though, because they're still glass.
Yeah. See, that's hard because no matter what kind of lens you put on anything, the better quality of the glass, the better off you're going to be in the long run. And also the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is that people don't really realize how powerful phone cameras actually are. And, my phone, like the main camera, has more megapixels than the camera that I use for professional photography and everything like that. And so if you think about it from that perspective, it's like, oh, fuck. But I mean, the sensor is puny, teeny tiny.
Yeah.
But
it's the sum of its parts, not necessarily, one girthy cock makes it, a good user.
Yeah. And it has like a very, very wide aperture lens on it, which is really cool. And so my phone has like a pro mode where you can adjust aperture, shutter speed, ISO,
good,
all of that kind of stuff. And so sometimes I'll just kind of dink around with it and see what I can come up with. And when I do that, the pictures turn out so much better than if I just let the camera do it by itself. Because as powerful as the AI is on these phones and with these cameras, it's not nearly as good as
raw, natural look.
Yeah, like doing it yourself.
Non-computer generated looks.
Yeah, like if you're gonna make different decisions. At least, I would, as a photographer who works with like, DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, I would make different decisions than like an AI would. So let's say, you need to bring up the exposure. How I would do that is either lower the aperture, bump up the ISO. Those are like the two main things that I would do. I wouldn't mess with the shutter speed really at all. What my phone does every once in a while, and it's really interesting because I can go through and look at the settings, like
the metadata.
Yeah. So I can see all of the different information from the camera as it was shooting the picture. And I would see like shutter speeds as low as like 1/5 of a second. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I am smart AI.
I am smart AI.
Neural technology.
And I wonder why the picture's blurry. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? It was shooting at 1/5 of a second at 100 ISO. And I'm like, why?
Whoa, Zach. Calm down. I've never seen you like this. Take it easy, Zach.
I'm shooting at 100 ISO right now.
It's a Thursday morning.
I know, but you get. Anyways, going back to what we were talking about a little bit ago, I do think it would be really cool if we were able to go out and shoot some stuff together, with cameras, because phones are.
I'd be down because I want to get more of this. I want to do more of these things because I have been planning doing like short films, films that I can shoot by myself and things like that. And I have been planning them. I've been scripting them out and seeing how, just planning them in my head for now. I haven't gone through it yet because I've been busy, but I'd like to carry out with that because my main channel, my Anuki channel, which is the only channel I have for now, just kind of hasn't been doing much ever since I stopped editing COD.
Yeah.
And after I filmed the wedding video, which I love doing, I learned a lot of things, a lot of mistakes I've made, and I'd like to give it a go again. Maybe not at a wedding necessarily, but some sort of shoot. And I think that'd be, a lot of fun. Excuse me. But then again, it's like, well, what do I do? And I think the nature of street photography, just being natural in the spot, that could be a fun challenge as well, because it's the same thing as a wedding video in the sense that I have no plan. I just need to shoot and see what I get and put it together in some sort of coherent story.
Right. And the parallels between street photography and wedding photography are actually really
Pretty
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Shit lighting.
shit lighting. The subjects never do what the fuck you want them to do.
Everyone's moving, they're dancing, they're drunk. Like, fuck, dude.
Fuck.
Stand still. Okay, come on, dude.
Yeah, but
You're 50. Why are you Fortnite dancing? Stop.
Please. Your kids are here.
This 60-year-old man is slamming an orange justice. What the fuck?
When you go into it, it's that same idea of like you have a rough outline of like the key shots that you want to get, and then everything in between is just kind of to be determined. It's kind of like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, then it's not going to like ruin my day at all. That's actually an interesting parallel. I never really thought about it like that.
Or just the idea of no storyboarding, no notes. Just hit record when you think you should hit record.
Yeah.
And also the lighting shit. I'm still not going to live that down because that made me so angry. I never realized that I need to have one. I need to bring a little tiny low camera light, one of those key lights or whatever. Not key lights, that's not the right word, but little light
hot
buddy.
shoe mount lights.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah,
that would be a vibe. But yeah, anyways, back to the Hawaii trip. What you should bring.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, in my brain, in my head canon, like I've seen one of those videos I just watched recently, which I don't think it was with an M6. It was with I think a Sony one of the FX cameras, little dinky boys, which is cool. I actually like it a lot. It's I think it's relatively new. It's one of the new cameras that came out that gives like a really cine look.
Okay.
But for a pretty relatively good price.
Like
relative to a cine camera, good price,
So it's like a pocket cinema camera, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you can consider it. I'm just saying words. I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, but this is the consensus of the videos that I have watched. Not a lot. And I also don't know a lot about Sony cameras. But that's
okay. I don't either.
But that's what it seems to be something like, okay, it's this versus the like a pocket 4K Blackmagic or something. That idea. No, be careful. I'm not. Those aren't. I'm not firing any shots. My gun isn't even loaded. I don't. I'm just saying. I'm just shooting blanks. But that's what it sounds like in my head canon. But anyways. And I was looking at it, and there was this video recently I watched, like literally the other day, of this guy. He was in Korea. He brought a cute girl with him because that's how these videos work. You got to bring a cute girl, and they always do well. And they're just walking around Korea, and he's just doing a low light setting or low light test and seeing how it works. It worked phenomenal. Even for I think it was a good video. It was like, does low light or like noise or whatever matter if you're like a good shooter or whatever, and things like that. And it was a great video. And honestly, it didn't even matter. And he maybe just do a light passive denoise, not too much. I don't know. Anyways, that idea of just compact camera, compact lens. Obviously, the opposite of you.
Yeah.
But that in my mind is cool in a way. This kind of this minimalistic. This is all I get. Just get 20 millimeters of a 1.8, and I got to make do. That idea has been intrigues me more than like. I mean, I say this as I buy like a fat 16 millimeter Sigma, and I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna buy a 20 millimeter pancake lens for a quarter of the price, and call it my end game.
I mean, yeah, it's all about the use case.
The use case. If that's what I would do if I was going on a trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Personally, because I'm also the guy who doesn't bring a big old camera bag.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to keep it in my pocket or just sling it or whatever, you know.
Mhm.
That's if I had to picture myself doing like on the spot street, the cinematography, if you will, that would be me. But then if I was going to plan something, oh, Zach, I'm rigging.
Oh yeah.
I got the rig. I got the handle, Zach.
Oh yeah.
That's what I would do.
Got the handle, external monitor.
Exactly.
Got the little battery pack on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
External monitor is not even connected to the camera. It's just Discord. just with the boys while I'm shooting, you know.
you had to mute all the audio of the footage because you know you'd get canceled.
No, I wouldn't because I don't say bad things off camera, Zach.
I was saying Discord with the boys.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I'm just. Wait, yeah, y'all are crazy.
I'm just
I know. I'm kidding. No, but that's what I would. That's if I were to go on a trip like Hawaii or even Japan. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think because of that idea, I've also begun to be intrigued by actually doing, or I guess stepping. I was gonna say stepping on myself in the foot, but going back on my word, where I would film in Japan, but I wouldn't do a vlog style. I wouldn't whip out my camera every single restaurant we'd go to. It would be selective shots, and then I would merge them together in a collage, like a kind of a video, and then it would end up being some sort of like like an M6, like one of those test videos, those demo videos with their cinematography, the cinematic with the deep fucking black bars. You know those ones?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
That sounds like
Stretches across the phone, and it's like you can't even see it anymore. It's like this big, but damn, is that wide?
but damn, that
I could kind of make out his nose, you know?
still looks sexy though. Yeah, it's really funny that you mentioned that because I know that Ben used to do a lot of Canon 80D like cinematics, and he would do a lot of B-roll and that kind of stuff, and then he would post it as like test footage, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, okay, one thing that I find really funny, and I definitely am 100% this type of person, where I was with Ben and a bunch of our photographer and video buddies. We were in downtown Portland, and we decided that we were just going to go run around, do some street photography, whatever. And we ended up, running around for a while, and then we were like, damn, we hungry. Let's go get some food. And then it was so funny because there was 4 of us, and we were all sitting at one table, and the little table that was right next to it had all of our cameras and all of our camera gear sitting on it.
Yeah.
Like none of us had any intention on like taking pictures of food or the restaurant or anything like that. It was just kind of like, all right, well,
that's cool.
We're not gonna sit here and be those people because it's
just 4 guys in a really cramped booth or just table, just like just doing like one taking pictures at odd angles, the other one just doing gimbal B-rolls. It's like, what the fuck? It's like I'm just like on the next table, like the fuck?
Looks like it should be an zoo exhibit.
but I guess that's a good distinction, or rather, that's like a good how do I say? Just like a debunk or like a de-stereotyping of filmmakers or photographers who are like, we're not just gonna time to lunch break or whatever and keep working, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
No, you put the camera down because that's the working, even if it's a hobby or fun, it's quote unquote working for the night. You put the work down and chat amongst yourself and do your things, and then once the time is up, go back to work. And then you take a picture of the empty plates. Hell fucking yeah, no. One of my favorite jokes that a vlogger that I watch, and I watch a lot. But 4YE, I mentioned them before. I love just the way they over edit, quote unquote, because it's really silly. And it's not. It is okay. It's ironic to everything I've said about how much I hate over editing, but it works just because of the style and the chaotic nature of the vlogs. But anyways, one of the jokes that they used to do was like whenever they go out to eat, like they're like, "Oh man, I can't wait to slam this food," and then they turn the camera and it's empty. Like, "Oh shit, sorry, I ate it." You know?
Yeah, that's so good.
Sorry. I put the camera down and ate it. Sorry, y'all. And then I love that because it's just we're eating food.
Yeah.
We don't need to point the cameras.
Yeah. Or even just like, any type of like lounging leisurely time in between, like like when I went out to go shoot pictures of you in downtown Vancouver when we were doing that, and we were just kind of walking around chit-chatting, just kind of trying to decide what we wanted to do, what we wanted to shoot, like I don't even think I had my camera in my hand during that time. Like the in transit times where you're going from like, oh, there's this really cool spot I want to go shoot at, and like getting there. I think that that's probably like the most important time to just sit there and analyze it creatively and be like, oh, okay, so this is all the stuff that I want to do, but it might be a little bit different when we get there and all this kind of stuff. But there's no point in like filming or shooting pictures in between the kind of set regimented places where we're going to go, or like even if you're just walking around looking for a good spot to film, there's no point in wasting the SD card space.
No, honestly,
just like, but yeah, that's just kind of the way I think about it. And I don't know, it makes me so frustrated and infuriated when people are like, oh, so you take pictures of food all the time? And I'm like, no, I don't take fucking pictures of food all the time. I've maybe taken like 4 pictures in the last almost 5 years that I've been shooting pictures of food. And it was to test a lens. Nice. And it was when I first bought it, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to take pictures of. Stouffer's mac and cheese. There we go.
There you go.
That was it.
Not even a flex. It's just Stouffer's mac and cheese. Oh man, I'm eating good. No.
Yeah. It's just like, this is a thing. I'm testing the minimum focus of this lens.
That being said, food porn is really cool.
Oh, dude, if it's done right, it's so fucking good.
It's very cool. Very well done. Very awesome. I get it. I totally get it.
It's just a lot of it's been done wrong so much that it's hard for me to even like feel the want or need to like do it myself, just because it's just kind of like, I'm not going to do that good of a job.
I think it's like, if you got to commit to it.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be your page. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't just be food porn and then every other post is like, oh, look at this cute building. Shut the fuck up, dude. I just want to see food. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Dude, okay. Another thing that is really, really fascinating is like urban architectural photography. Like, oh my God, when you see the super wide angle of like looking up the side of a building, that shit is so good. I love it.
Well, okay, we watch Makoto Shinkai movies like Your Name and Weathering With You. We love fucking urban artwork, landscape photography type bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. It's the depth, right? And this idea that we already know, like we have an idea of this thing. So, bless you. Oh.
It was a cough.
You're posing yourself as a sneeze. So I was like, oh. Dab. But it's the idea that we already know. So we have an idea of what we're looking at, but it's just so framed and composed in different ways that it's a lot of detail. But even though it's a lot of detail, we recognize it. So that's why it's fun. Because oftentimes if you take like a video or a photo with just a lot of things in the shot, normally, like of something else, it can be distracting. But we already know we know what a city kind of looks like. You know, a landscape kind of looks like. And if we don't, maybe you're a city boy, or you're a
country boy.
Country boy. You have an idea in your head, so that stuff looks cool. And the same thing, where we're not really country boy. Well, maybe you more so than I, but maybe not necessarily. We've been out of the sticks.
Yeah.
And we can kind of get an idea of the rural area.
Mhm.
So when we see photography like that, we're like, that's cool.
Yeah, like pictures of rolling hills and all of that kind of stuff.
Literally just the Windows XP background.
I've taken a picture that reminded me very heavily of the Windows XP background. And remind me, I will send it to you. It's actually really good. I got it.
It just sends me the Windows XP background. Check out this pic. Oh, that's sick.
Where have I seen this?
The real thing.
Where have I seen this before?
I saw it for the first time when I was driving up to Spokane. Rolling hills. I didn't even think it existed, Zach.
Yeah.
We were driving up so long. Maybe part of it is just a long car ride. I'm tired. But I look over and the rolling hills, Zach, as we're passing through the mountains and such. I'm like, dude, I'm in a video game cinematic. What the fuck is going on? I'm in Skyrim right now. This is not real. It didn't feel real.
Yeah, I think you and I both were in the same area when I took that picture, actually, because I was on my way up to my aunt and uncle's house, and they live north of Spokane, so we go through Spokane to get there.
Very cool.
Yeah,
very, very cool. I think that's what I imagine Japan would be, just because this idea that we kind of know, but we don't really know until we get there.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna take the photos and we're like, this is cool, because I feel like you and I have both, but me personally, being so interested in Japan and looking into Japan so much, I've just lived in Japan vicariously through photos and videos and all sorts of things. But then it's always, you never know until you actually get there. And I'm super excited to see what kind of pics we can get when we actually see the real thing.
Yeah.
What kind of videos we can get when we see the real thing. I would honestly, dead ass, 100,000% drop everything I'm doing and just fly to Japan. It would be so dumb, but I would do it. Even for just like a week.
January?
I am thinking of dropping out of my last class. But I did mention I was going to try trade school, and I think I probably can't do that until fall anyways. I imagine. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's hard, though, because I want to plan vacations now, but then I was like, okay, well, am I going to take another gap?
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but I would feel bad about it.
So here's the question. Would it be wrong to kind of shape this trip as like make it seem like we're going to Japan strictly for a portrait shoot and then just go and
for a portrait? Yeah, I'm going to take a portrait in Japan. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. That's just what we're doing.
We're just going to shoot photos and then we're coming back.
This is a
video
business trip.
Tax write-off.
Trade offer.
I really need to get an LLC. A business license.
Do it.
I just keep forgetting to.
I know, man. I do too.
Wait, do you need a business license for what you do?
I don't think so, no. I mean, I've heard that you can do it just for like Twitch streaming and stuff, depending on what you do. I've also heard I've thought about doing it. I mentioned for my keyboard building, but I don't make that much profit anyways. Things like that. But I don't know. Things I think about, things that I think that would be fun.
Anuki
boards.
That's actually so good.
Thank you. I like that one a lot. I just don't know how to write it out. If it's a new keyboard, then I spell keyboards with an E, like K-E-Y or K-I-Y, because that's what Anuki is. But then a new keyboard, you know what I mean? Things I think about. So.
I mean, it could just be Anukiboard.
Right. That's what I've begun to realize I probably should do. But is that going to be my brand? No, it needs to be under the umbrella of Anuki, right?
Yeah.
So like I've been thinking of, I don't want to say it because then the domain's going to get sniped. So I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I got to be careful around these streets, Zach.
Yeah. I
know how these things go, Zach. I've been on these streets. I've been here in the city, Zach, this town, this metropolis. Been here before, Zach.
Been in this cul-de-sac.
I like that one. That was good.
I've been at the streets. If those streets end with the circles, motherfucker.
Man, okay, this is so random. I'm sorry. I was at a party the other day and we were just shit. It wasn't that crazy. It was a Friendsgiving with a Christians group.
Oh, sweet.
Very fun, very fun. Just had a little Thanksgiving together. We all sat at a table, we ate food and played video games and watched anime. It was great. It was fantastic. Very funny. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them were slammed more than I was, but it was okay. But what was I trying to say? You know Jackbox, like the game, the party game
Yeah.
thing?
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I realized how fucking fun that is. I need to get that and play it with the Ooh Chat boys and you guys, of course, because it's so funny. It's so funny.
You're not going to be able to stream it though.
Yeah, I can. Just don't do anything bad. What's wrong with you guys? Jeez.
So, okay. It was really funny. So it was for Alec, I think it was his
Watch
birthday.
your words, Zach. You don't want to confess sins.
Oh no, it was just really funny.
Okay.
So
I don't understand these white people. Jeez.
white people be crazy, dog. So for his birthday, we played Jackbox.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a big group of us, and then Alec's mom played with us.
Oh no.
And
I already see it. I see it already.
and yeah, it was really funny because like probably like the most vulgar shit
Mm-hmm.
would just be from his mom, and I'm like,
Oh,
what?
from his mom? Hell yeah. I thought you were gonna go for like Alec's mom jokes.
Oh no.
I'm sure that existed, maybe. Actually, with her present, probably not.
I don't know, but
That's fantastic.
yeah,
Number one mom.
it's so funny because like
That would be me.
in the context of like this game is supposed to be raunchy,
Mhm.
like it's like Cards Against Humanity, like, you know, the gloves are off,
Right.
basically. And so, you know, you can be surprised by who ended up submitting those things. But yeah, I'm sure that we could try to keep it so that you don't get banned from Twitch by playing Jackbox.
Zach, it's pretty easy.
I know.
You just don't be a bad person. There's funny things without being a bad person. Jesus, you can be funny without breaking the what is it, the
Terms of service.
terms of service, the Geneva Convention, that shit.
Geneva Convention.
Geneva Convention, man, I can't wait to go to the Geneva Convention this year. It's gonna be sick. No,
Hell yeah, dude.
that's not my joke. That's Brady's joke. But no, I think it'd be a lot of fun. But what I found was cool. So there was this hilarious. It was so funny. Like there's this one where you make a T-shirt or something. I don't know. I mean, I watched these way back, so I was new to these new games. And there's one where you make a T-shirt where you round robin it, and you all make a T-shirt design, and the next step, like you just draw a T-shirt or something. And the next step, you make a prompt or something, writing text on the T-shirt.
Mhm.
And then the next prompt is, okay, everybody gets assigned a couple random pictures and a couple random texts, put them together for the funniest T-shirt. So it's kind of a collab, and it's really funny. And this one was just like, it was so funny. There was just this frog, and it was auto-generated. That's the funniest part. Nobody drew this because there was an extra person. So there's this auto-generated frog, and then my prompt comes up like, this guy's a huge cock, and it's so funny. And it was so funny and in the end, you can buy the T-shirt designs, and I fucking bought one because it's so funny. So
Wait,
one of these days, I'm gonna come into the show with a frog with wheel hands. This guy has a fat cock. This is so funny. And then there's also some like kind of yikes ones. Not that yikes, but it's really funny. But I would love to play that with the people on stream because I want to bring the game nights back. So it would be a lot of fun to do that new chat. And I mentioned, or Jackson came onto one of my streams and he mentioned that you're gonna play some video games again.
That's the goal. I think
Good, because we've been missing Town with the Boys, Zach.
I know.
Me and Sora are like, when's Zach gonna come on for Town with the Boys?
Listen,
Are you doing anything tomorrow
at
at 9 p.m.?
I don't think so.
Town with the Boys.
You're like, it's happening.
It's happening.
I'm gonna come to your house.
We're gonna stream at your house, Zach. I'm gonna be there. We're gonna split screen.
That would be so funny.
That'd be
Actually.
so. I can't say anything.
What?
These new cons have too much resolution and sharpness. I can't even see the fucking screen anymore. There's too many polygons.
Can you imagine if you could split screen it where it was one person on one display and then one person on the other display?
You know, that's a good idea. That would be sick. But I feel like then that would actually, I don't know. That should be a thing. You can split screen. I'm pretty sure doesn't work anymore on PC, and I want to say on console because you don't see it very often. The XX Coxlayer XX and then XX Coxlayer parentheses one close parentheses. You don't see that anymore. But
those were the days.
Those
dude.
were the days, but you don't see it anymore. So maybe you don't. Maybe that doesn't happen. But then again, I think you can log into a different account when you split. I don't know, weird things. That's besides the point. Town with the boys. I was thinking of all sorts of things. Jackbox. If we do that, that would be a lot of fun. I know Overwatch right now. I don't know anything about Overwatch, but Overwatch 2 is free, so that would just be chaotic fun. Just a bunch of dudes that don't know anything about Overwatch playing Overwatch. That'd be funny as shit. You know, things like that. I want to do that and add a little bit more spice. Obviously, the speedruns are going to come back. They have to come back. And Brady, he was like, oh, you know, I've got a server at home. We can do it there. That'd be sick. So I don't got to pay for realms.
Sick.
You know, so that's going to come back. And what I'm going to do is it's going to be like an invite-only type vibe. It's not that bad. It's just I'm going to go back to the previous people who've came to the speedruns. I think that'll be the best way because before it was open. Nowadays, I don't think there'd be too many people ready for that openness. So I think it'd be fun to just go back and ask some OGs of the speedruns. Be like, hey, come on and slam. Welcome to the jam.
Wasn't I on the first speedrun?
I want to say so. You're on at least most of them.
So I know I was on the first.
You weren't on the second one.
Yeah, I was on the first one and the third one.
Were you on the 10-person one? I don't think you were.
I don't think I was.
Damn. That was a big one. That was fun. If we can get 10 people again, that'd be so lit. I don't know if we could though, but that'd be so funny. But things like that, right? Just playing video games.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the funnest parts that I mentioned before was just being on like Christian server or whatever, and just being in a Discord call and chatting. And recently in Ucha, we've been doing that as well. Just being at night around like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. It's really late, obviously, but just going to like the Ucha Discord and just kind of hang out in the voice chats and just do whatever, do work, do homework, play games, fuck around. You know?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good thing to just take part in if you're just not doing anything. You know, or procrastinating. If you're gonna procrastinate, at least do it in a Discord call. You know,
at least do it with the homies.
With the homies. If you got things to do and you don't want to do it, at least don't do it with the homies. Pause. But you know, I think that would be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
come on and jam, man. Welcome to the slam.
Gonna slam now.
Yeah, I oh man. Where's this fucking Japan trip, man?
Bro, I don't know.
Where is it? I can't find it. Oh gosh. I'm trying so hard, Zach, not to just say fuck it and just get a plane ticket. Because I feasibly can do it. It just wouldn't be a great idea, you know what I mean?
See, here's the thing, I can too. Like, because
I don't have a job anymore, but I've been saving up. I have saved up because we planned this Japan trip. I still have the funds to do so.
You know that whole spreadsheet of like the amount of money that I would need to make the trip happen and everything like that? I have that.
Exactly, because you have a job. That's crazy how that works. You save money and now you can go. But then again, it's like, fuck, dude. Maybe it's a thing where before you get a new job. But I guess you can ask for vacation time and stuff. But, you know, one of the things I'm always scared of is I get a new job. And then immediately as soon as I get a new job, all right, I'm going to be gone for a week.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you're cool with everybody, it's fine. But I get bad heebie-jeebies about it. But also, then again, that may be the dilemma that I proposed in your head. In my head, it would be, I'm probably going to drop out of this class I'm taking right now, which would be my last class because I don't really need it anymore. It's pointless. The credit's not going to matter. Although I stuck with it because I'm probably going to drop out of it anyways, but I may just go through the work because it's a business class and you learn things like Word and Excel and stuff. And it's actually in a really good way. And I kind of like that. So I may just stay and then do the work and then drop out for the final because I would probably fail that. Well, actually, I don't know. If I do the work, I probably wouldn't, but then I feel really bad right now. And I also don't want to do it in general. But I would be no classless, no classless. I would be classless. But I have been thinking about going to trade school and either trade school or picking up a full-time job. Those are the two options I've been proposed to myself. But if I do one of those two, then I'm going to basically eliminate free time from myself. So it's like, okay, do I want to do everything? And then on February, I'm actually going to the Philippines.
Oh,
yeah, random, crazy random. Brandon, my cousin, who I built the computer for a couple of years ago, He used to work at Louis Vuitton, right?
Wow.
As a floor sales guy type of guy. And I think I mentioned this before.
I think you have.
I think I may have mentioned it, yeah. And he made some good friends. And one of the friends like, hey, I'm going to the Philippines, you know, and if you'd like to come, you can come. I'll pay for everything, and you can bring a +1. And he was like, well, shit. And then he asked me one night this month, and I was like, shit, yeah, let's do it. So I'll go to the Philippines around around February, and that'll be fun.
Just cause.
Just cause.
God, that's some rich people shit. Dude.
I know, right? I mean, he's not that like that, but his friend is like that. So he's talking about like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, oh yeah, I'll pay for your planes and stuff. Like, you'll pay for my planes and stuff.
Bro, that's like a $2,000 round trip.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the fuck? Louis Vuitton people fucking crazy. But no, he's a great guy, I'm sure. It's just gonna be like him and his other rich friends or whatever. Just go on the trip. You know, hey, I'll just bring you along because why not? Who says that? Yeah, I can bring you because why not? Yeah, I'll pay for your ticket because why not? And your hotel because why not? Fantastic person, by the way. I'm joking around. Great
yeah,
lad.
but that, you know, if I ever get to a point where I'm like that, that sounds like some shit I would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if
I'm gonna fucking go to Japan. Hey, you want to just come with me, man? Yeah, bring someone else as well. I would do that too, because that's I think about it a lot, and that's just a nice, like, if you're able to do. I think a lot about. This is gonna sound bad. I think a lot about if I was rich, right? And what I
as most people do,
as most people do, and what I would do.
Right.
Because, there's always a stigma about rich people, and like they is usually celebrities, and they're stuck up and they just buy the fancy cars and stuff, which people get mad about, but it's actually pushing the economy, so it's a good thing. But people get mad about it anyways. Anyway, that's besides the point. And they don't, like, I guess, give to the people a lot, right?
Yeah.
There's that kind of stereotype. It's not baseless per se, because there are some shitheads, but I would like to think that there's a lot of rich people, quote unquote, that do their best for what they can, right? And try to give back, whether that be, ironically spend a lot to trickle down economy. So that's a good thing. I know people get freaked out. Oh, he bought a nice house. Oh, he's so stuck up. He bought like 15 houses. Trickle down economy, bitch. Stay in school.
Got him.
Got his ass. But I think how much money would I give to charity? How much money would I give to some guy on the side of the street? Would I do it at all? Should I do it at all? Is that a good optic? Would I want to, it's like, oh, this rich guy is giving some homeless people some money. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Dilemmas like that exist in my head that I think, not necessarily that it, makes me sad about humanity, kind of a little bit, but just food for thought, I guess. Things I think about, and then are problems I present in my head, and what would the solutions be, or what would the outcomes be given the solution, right? And I think it comes down more to not necessarily charity, but it's still a good thing. Like, you should, if you are rich, you should at least think about charity, right? But charity in the sense that allow or give opportunities to people, I guess. So for this instance, it would be this nice fellow who happens to have a lot of money, and is like, hey, I'm friends with you. Let's, come on down. Let's have some fun and bring another person. And that gives me and Brandon just this random fun opportunity.
Yeah.
That never would have arose otherwise. I don't even know anything about the Philippines. And I have a lot of Filipino friends. I think Philippines is, or I think the Philippines, I don't think anything of it. Their memes are really funny and their language is really funny. But otherwise, I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But it would just be fun. Right.
And I think there's something so valuable about being able to experience those things throughout your lifetime. And I think that that's definitely something that I would do as well. Like, just bring people along on an experience that, just sharing this experience with other people who may not have been able to do it otherwise.
I think one dilemma that I think about a lot is that if you are rich, you become rich. And let's say it's not win the lottery rich. It's you worked really hard and you obtained rich. You played the right cards. You made the hard decisions. You cut people off. You added people into your life. And you ended up in a position where you can consider yourself rich. I don't know if there's a threshold. I think that's more of just a subjective term. But you are, quote unquote, in your headcanon, rich from hard work. Do you give money to your friends Probably, yeah.
No, I
Probably
wouldn't.
no. Probably no.
I wouldn't give them like physical, like cold hard cash. Like,
Right.
here's $1,000. Like, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
exactly. Like, all right, here's like, you know, if push comes to shove, like, oh yeah, I'll pay for dinner or something, right? Sure,
Well-
right? Or like, hey, I can pay for dinner this time just because I'm all right. Or oh, you need like $20? Sure, here's $20. But yeah, I wouldn't just like, all right, I have $1 million. I'm gonna give these friends and this group of friends $1,000 each. I wouldn't do that either.
I think what I would probably do is, and I've talked about this all the time. Like, if I ended up being in a position where I was financially really well off,
Mhm.
first thing I would do is pay off my parents' house.
Of course.
Duh.
Mhm.
Get a house. All of the stuff for me,
Mhm.
you know. And then, you know, I definitely want to support the people who I really care about in my life, but like, you know, I'm not just gonna hand them a check for 10 grand or
Mhm.
anything like that, because probably would not go to what you would want them
Right.
to put
Uh-huh,
it towards. Like, you know, if someone needs a new car, so say like, you know, your car breaks down, you need a new car. I'm in a position where I'm just like,
Right,
you know
right.
what? Fuck it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, well,
you know?
there's the two sides of that coin, right? There's
Yeah.
one, I guess me for this example, my car breaks down. You give me money to help out. That's awesome. Oh, I really would like a new car. You know, on person B, you don't give that person money, even if it's a good friend. Fuck you, bitch. You know.
And like, bro, why can't we just not?
You're right, though. That's the correct response, because I think from what we've known and what we are taught, ironically, is to give our friends like, okay, all right, I've stumbled upon, I've worked hard, and I have $5 million. That's a lot of fucking money. $5 million. All right, so what's $10,000? That's like that's like what, 0.1001%.
1,000?
$1,000 probably 0.00125, I guess, since you're at 5 million at this point.
I don't know.
Quick maths. I think I was like I was on the right path, but I just don't. But it's a low percentage.
Yeah.
And I think because of that low percentage, what I understand from not necessarily school, but just kind of like the environment that we grew up in,
Mhm.
would be to pawn off. Okay, so here's a little bit for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that communism. I guess. I guess we have a little bit of a communism in everything. Even in a little bit of communism in our capitalism.
You mean a little bit of capitalism in our communism?
Oh shit. At least that's maybe that's just me living in a collective household.
Yeah.
But that's true, and I would help my family.
Of course, yeah.
But with a vast friend group, I don't know if I would just pawn off 10 grand checks to everybody.
Right.
Right? It would have to, because also, let's say you get rich
Mm-hmm.
and you pawn off a 10 grand check to me. What does that say about my pride? You know,
Right.
I couldn't make this myself.
Yeah. So I would much rather, as opposed to just being like, here's money.
Mhm.
Honestly, I would, if I was financially able to do it for like a birthday or something, I'd be like, where's somewhere where you want to go?
Right. Exactly.
You want to go to Japan? Let's go to Japan. I'll book you a flight.
There
Like,
you
let's
go.
do it. You know, like
a gift.
yeah,
We talked about this.
yeah.
Money doesn't make any sense. Give it meaning.
Yeah, exactly. And I would much rather give you something that will either last a long time, like in your memory, you know, like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, you know, my buddy and I just randomly went to fucking Japan. Like, you're just going to the Philippines for no reason. And that's super cool. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm really excited for you, and you should totally bring your camera. But, you know, fine if I have to. But, you know, I feel like that holds so much more value and meaning than just a check with some zeros on it.
Mhm.
And I mean, you know, the idea that people expect you to give them a shit ton of money just because you have a shit ton of money,
Mhm.
like, that just seems ridiculous.
Yeah,
to me.
exactly.
And, you know, I've always kind of been the type of person where, like, I live like I have more money than I do, and I give way more than I probably should. But that's just the kind of person that I am.
Mhm.
Like, you know, I'm always going to be the first person to offer to pay for lunch, or, anything like that. Like
Mm.
pretty much regardless of what my financial situation looks like, because that's
Mhm.
just kind of like how I am. That's how I've always been.
Sure.
And so when I think about having a lot of money, I feel like I would just do that still,
Mhm.
just with different things. It would be, instead of like, oh, are you gonna, like, do you want me to pay for your meal? Like, hey, let me take you to this really cool restaurant that I found. Don't worry about paying. I got you, BB.
Mm.
Like, let's go into a skyscraper in Portland. Like, let's do some shit like that.
Mhm.
That kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's what I imagine.
Mhm. That would be the ideal. That would be Zach. You would be a good rich man. Let's strive for that.
Oh, thank you.
Sick nasty. I think, man, I don't know. I think a lot about it. Shit, I don't know anything. I don't know a lot about I don't know anything about the Philippines, like at all. Other than Jordan Clarkson from I think he's in the. I don't remember. I think he's in the Clippers now. No, maybe he's in. I can't remember what he's in. He's Filipino, and that's cool. Otherwise, I don't know anything. I guess I have some online friends who are Filipino, but otherwise,
So here's a good idea.
sure.
Do research.
So here's a good idea. Why don't you do research on the country you're going to go to?
Well, no, I'm saying, like, I know that you and I have spent a lot of time researching Japan and
Yeah.
all of those things, which has just made us more excited to go. Like, we were
Of
already
course,
excited
yeah.
to go before, and it just kind of adds fuel to the fire because you have the context of, like, all of the shit that we've learned about the history of Japan and everything like that. And so if I feel like doing that with anywhere that you go, that just gives you a better understanding of the things that you're going to be able to do while you're there,
Mhm.
and also a better appreciation for what's going on around you and everything like that.
Mhm.
So do your research.
Do your research. Yeah, one thing I've gotten really into recently, which is, I know, very, very shocking, maybe, or maybe to some, is I've gotten into K-pop.
Not even remotely surprised at all.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the reason is pretty silly, and is just I've noticed that the kids like K-pop, Zach, not Kids Bop. Well, maybe they do, but
Wait, is there K-pop Kids Bop?
I believe that. I guess so. Would they be speaking in Korean?
I think so.
The slam English lyrics? Yeah. I think. Oh no, sorry. The reason why is because the kids like K-pop. I've learned this. The youngsters like K-pop. So as an old man, no.
Back in my day.
No, the reason is because it's always interested me. Because I was never really a K-pop hater. Because I know a lot of people do. On the internet, at least, the K-pop fans have obtained this kind of stigma of weird people, and I can see where they're coming from. But also, as someone who's into Japanese things and anime, and most importantly to this factor, idols, I kind of get it. I get where they're coming from. I don't know if I would venture off into that land, but the music is fire, so I wanted to give it a shot. So. And I never have. And at this point in my time, I'm barely discovering new music anyways. So why not just give it a fucking shot? I'm already listening to Japanese music anyways. Why not go a little bit more west and hit some Korean music?
You're already watching Korean dramas.
I'm not actually.
Oh,
yeah. Maybe I don't know. But that brings up the thing where I actually don't know anything about Korean culture, like at all. I know zero. I know a lot about Japanese culture. Obviously, not as much as probably someone who's living in Japan or is Japanese, but I know a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
I know same thing with the Philippines. I know zero about Korean culture. Absolutely nothing. I don't even know any words. I don't know how the writing system works. I don't know. I've no clue. But the music is fun. So,
that's the fun of it, though, because when you find something that you like K-pop. K-pop, for example, that just kind of opens up just this untapped gold mine of different information that you can learn. And I'm such a big proponent on learning more, doing more, just kind of acquiring more information as I get older, that like anytime I find something that I'm even mildly interested in, I just end up going down a rabbit hole, and it's just a grand old time.
It's just, I mean, it's always new things are always really fun, and I don't think I would ever. I mean, I don't know. Famous last words, right? I've become a stan of some sort of group or some sort of one of the idols or whatever, whether it be a girl or a boy. but it's just fun. And then I get to enter the conversation a little bit here and there. And I know when I went back to work last week. I don't know if I mentioned it.
You did.
Yeah, I went back to work just for the week, just to kind of help out and stuff. And yeah, I was like, there's a bunch of new people, new kids. And I'm like, I don't know these people. They're really nice though. By the way, they're really nice. They're super cool. And then one guy, shout out to Elliot, homie. He's like, oh, I don't really watch a lot of anime. And then I'm like, oh, what do you watch? And he throws some fucking obscure names. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know you're fucking chill like that. So he's a homie. But also just like, I thought, I mean, it's not awkward. They're all great people, all social, social butterflies as youngsters are. That's great, And I'm like, all right, I have Ox. I always end up with Ox somehow, I guess, because I just am the proponent person to go for it. And I'm like, oh,
seniority.
Well, shit, I put on some fucking K-pop, bitch. And as I put on some K-pop, they're like, damn, I didn't know you were chill like that. Like, yeah, I'm chill like that.
I didn't know you were chill like that.
It was just a great moment. It was just fun. It's like, oh, the kids like K-pop. I like K-pop. I'm cool, Zach. My K-pop arc has begun. Behind me is anime stuff and keyboard things. Instead, it's gonna be my K-pop shrine.
K-pop shrine.
One of these days, no, I don't know. I don't think I enjoy idol culture, but I think I'll keep that to anime probably, most likely. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you, everybody. It's a lot of fun. Just talking again. Happy late Thanksgiving, I guess, because it's done now. But happy early Merry Christmas. Happy Merry early Christmas. Happy early holidays. There we go.
Happy
That's what I was
late
going
Thanksgiving. Murray early Christmas.
America. Hopefully you guys found some fun stuff for Black Friday. You've been enjoying the early Black Friday, or you at this point you enjoyed the early Black Friday deals, because the culture now is not to raid stores Friday at midnight, but it's fucking let's just have the sale week wide. That's less chaos.
Thank God.
Thank God. Shout out. Cyber Monday now just became Black Friday week, and we love that. But stay safe, everybody. Happy holidays once again. Next time you see us, we'll be in Japan. Just kidding, we won't be, but that'd be really funny. Let's see. Oh yeah, links and stuff in the screen. You guys know the deal. Right here. Let's go. You know what, Zach? You know what's really funny? I went back. What we do here is go back. And I don't know, for any reason, I just got recommended to me the video where we built a keyboard, Zach.
Oh yeah.
That long fucking video. That was a fun time, and I really missed the I'm glad we don't have the desk anymore, but I missed the desk and seeing the desk. And that was the first iteration of the desk. Kinda. That wasn't just a straight line. So if you want to have a fun time and just, I don't know, maybe get interested and see where I ended up, because in that thing, oh, the music, you can play it again. I realized that I've been talking for too long. I apologize. Go ahead, run it back. Yes, sir. You have my rice. Wait, that's not the right one, is it? Is it the same one?
No.
The rice is gone.
I played a different one because
the rice is gone. No, it's okay. It's okay, Zach. It's okay. I'll stop talking. Here's the keyboard video. How about over here, Zach?
Let's do the. Oh gosh,
we're running out of time.
I know we're running out of time. Let's do one of the Jackson videos.
Let's do the Jackson. Okay, let's do one of them. Oh, you know what? No, fuck this keyboard video. You know what? When we first talked about going to Japan, that's a good one. That'll be a lot of fun.
Is that a full episode?
Yeah, it's a full kinda, sorta. But yeah, you guys will see it, and go ahead and click on it. Okay, good night, everybody. Morning. I don't know. Afternoon.
Peace.